Look at old photographs. Not a single smile in sight. Everyone stares at the camera like frozen statues, serious, solemn, untouchable. And yet, today, we all smile for photos, sometimes awkwardly, sometimes exaggeratedly, sometimes even forced. Why? Why did our ancestors resist smiling for decades, even centuries? And why did something so natural suddenly become almost compulsory? Photography wasn't always easy. The first cameras were bulky, clunky machines. Exposure times could last anywhere from 30 seconds to 10 minutes. 10 minutes, holding still. A smile? Forget it. You look like a drooling ghost before the shutter clicked. The first permanent photograph was made by Joseph Nicephore Niepce in 1826. It took 8 hours to capture a single image. Imagine trying to smile for 8 hours, your cheeks would cramp, your lips would betray you, and you'd look like a statue, which, coincidentally, is exactly what the photo shows. And it wasn't just the technology. Early photographers would literally pin subjects' heads in place. Portrait sittings were serious business, like a royal decree. Smiling wasn't just impractical, it was inappropriate. Victorian families spent hours dressing for a portrait. Jewelry polished, dresses ironed, hair pinned. And then, grim faces stared back at the camera. Why? Because seriousness signaled wealth, dignity, and respect. Smiling was frivolous, even childish. Technical limitations, and social seriousness, these two forces conspired to keep smiles out of photographs for decades. But it wasn't only technology. Smiling wasn't natural in society either. In medieval Europe, showing teeth was considered rude or even low class. In Japan, a faint smile might be reserved only for close family or intimate moments. And in some African tribes, showing teeth could signal aggression or ward off evil spirits. So when cameras appeared, people mirrored centuries of cultural norms. They didn't smile, because smiling was not for public display. Take the famous Victorian photographer Nadar, who photographed Parisian elites. He complained that his subjects looked stiff and lifeless, but at least they looked respectable. One aristocrat reportedly said, "A smile in a portrait is unworthy of my station." Imagine that, being told your own happiness is inappropriate. Now imagine your great-great-grandparents trying to take a group selfie, horror. Awkward stiffness meets historical protocol. Fast forward to today, and smiling is almost instinctive. Why? Because it affects our brains. Smiling, even a forced one, triggers dopamine and endorphins, those tiny happiness chemicals. Smiling tricks our brain into feeling good. Mini experiment: next time you feel anxious, try forcing a smile. Weirdly, your mood might improve. That's psychology in action. And think about photos, school portraits, family albums, first selfies. We smile even when nervous, awkward, or uncomfortable. Smiling has become a social armor, a way to communicate friendliness and belonging. A study once asked participants to smile while holding a pencil in their teeth, forcing a grin. They reported feeling happier after the experiment. Even fake smiles are secretly real. So when you post a photo online and grin, you're doing more than showing teeth, you're tapping into an ancient survival instinct. Smiling in photos exploded with Hollywood. Movie stars projected charm, joy, and allure. Suddenly, society wanted to copy that. Smiles became aspirational. Early postcard culture in the 1900s. Children who smiled sold postcards faster than grim adults. Why? Because people wanted joy, hope, and optimism captured in their tiny snapshots. Even iconic stars like Marilyn Monroe and Charlie Chaplin used smiles as social currency. A smile could make you famous, desirable, approachable. Not smiling? Risky for career and social perception. Before Hollywood, a smile could ruin your image. After Hollywood, not smiling could ruin your career. Humans are ridiculous like that. Smiles aren't just cultural, they're biological. Humans evolved smiles to signal non-threat, build alliances, and communicate friendliness. But these smiles were subtle, fleeting. Chimpanzees show teeth differently. Sometimes it's fear, sometimes aggression. Humans? We've turned it into a universal language, but the camera exaggerates it. Micro-expressions become permanent expressions for the lens. Our brain prefers a 1-second genuine smile over a 10-second forced grin, and it knows it. That's why awkward smiles in photos feel awkward. In the age of social media, smiles aren't just expressions, they're performances. Filters, edits, AI-enhanced smiles all push us toward a culture of constant, curated joy. Viral meme culture and exaggerated smiles in online challenges. Even pets are smiling for cameras now. Your dog probably has a better selfie game than you do. Smiles have become currency, a tool, a signal. And the irony? The more we smile for cameras, the less we smile naturally. So, why do we smile in photos when our ancestors never did? Is it biology, culture, psychology, or all three? Perhaps it's our way of saying, I exist, I belong, I am happy. Or maybe it's a subtle rebellion against the seriousness of history. Next time you pose for a photo, ask yourself, is it real, or just a habit inherited from a world that once frowned upon it? And hey, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Or don't, just know that your next thought might be, why didn't I subscribe to that weirdly relatable channel?